Thank you everyone. So welcome back today's session.
By one announcement. Kindly keep your mobiles in the D&D mode and kindly please keep it out of focus. It's my humble request. Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Okay, so let me briefly recap all the previous 5 days. So we are discussing humane society. So we all want to live a fulfilling life, and to live this fulfilling life, 2 things are required. When people see you, they think of submitting their assignment. Okay, so we are discussing humane society.
Assignment is not for me.
Right.
No, but here, that way you have brought up, someone correct.
Right. So we are discussing humane society. So why we are discussing humane society? Because I want to live a fulfilling life, and I want to see the other living with a fulfilling life for next generations. So that's why we are visualizing a humane society, a society where there is a provision to live a fulfilling life for everyone, for every generations. So in that context, we are discussing humane society, where people can live with compassion, truth, love, oneness. So we are visualizing such kind of society. And as a social unit, this is my natural acceptance. So this is my natural acceptance that everyone around us can live a fulfilling life. So we want everyone living a fulfilling life. So out of this natural acceptance, we are visualizing this humane society. So we are not visualizing this humane society because of some external force. We are visualizing this humane society because this is our natural acceptance. So our motivation to visualize this humane society is our natural acceptance as a social unit. So there are 2 parts that we are discussing. One part is undivided society. So to ensure undivided society, we discussed relationship, justice. We discussed how justice can be ensured from family to world family. So we discussed established values, expressed values, process of justice, that we all discussed in details. Now we will discuss the next part of this course, universal human order. So first part was based on relationship. Now we will talk about the system, processes, methods, dimensions. So for example, I want to nurture my body. What if the production, or what if the food that I am taking is pesticide? Can I nurture my body? No. So for that, universal human order are required. So I want to nurture my body. This is my natural acceptance. But to nurture my body, we need a food, right food, quality food. And I cannot produce all the food. People will produce. Many work will be done collaboratively. So for that, we are visualizing a universal human order. What kind of production process would be, what kind of education would be, so that people can live, people can actualize their natural acceptance. So that we are going to discuss in this universal human order. So there are three aspects of universal human order. Number one, human goals. So when we are discussing this universal human order, we must clear about human goals. If we don't have clarity of human goals, then our system, process, everything will go wrong. Right? So one aspect is human goals. Second aspect is system required to achieve human goals. And third aspect is scope of this system. So these 3 points we are going to discuss in this universal human order. First is goals of humans. Second is what systems are required. And what would be the scope of that system. So that we will discuss in this universal human order. So human goals, we have already gone through this. These are comprehensive human goals. So if we want to ensure a humane society, so these are comprehensive human goals. So you can again verify, are these goals enough to ensure humane society or not? Or do you want to add some more goals? So this you can ask yourself. Are these goals enough to ensure a humane society? Or do you want to add few more goals? Or do you want to delete some goals?
Right utilization is not there.
Yes. So right utilization will be a natural outcome of a right understanding and coexistence with nature.
It is indirectly, basically there. That's
Yeah. So these are the goals. Right utilization will be the way to ensure this coexistence. But my goal is to ensure the coexistence, and right utilization will be a program. So we will discuss the program also. So we are going to discuss these 8-dimension system. Dimension of education, dimension of health, dimension of justice, dimension of production service, dimension of exchange distribution, dimension of right utilization, dimension of preservation, dimension of system service. So we will study 8-dimension system to achieve these comprehensive goals. So what Didi wants to communicate is she is talking about this right utilization. So we will discuss this dimension of right utilization. If you see the whole education system, we are not talking about right utilization or talking in a very superficial manner. So one side we are teaching students profit maximization. Now if you will teach right utilization, can it be ensure profit maximization? No, it is a contradictory. And if you are not able to ensure right utilization, can you ensure coexistence with nature? No. So we will study this 8-dimensional system to achieve our comprehensive human goals. So you can check whether these goals are okay or not. So our goal would be profit maximization or prosperity in every family. Our goal will be to ensure maximum sensual pleasures or to ensure right understanding in every individual. So these we can check, verify whether these are our goals or not. So if we want to ensure a humane society, then these goals are proposed. So as Didi was sharing, we are teaching something else. Profit maximization, maximum use of, maximum consumption. So if we are preparing lakhs of students to consume more and more, can we ensure coexistence with nature? Can there be feeling of prosperity in everyone? Can we live with fearlessness if we are preparing such kind of students? So we have made many syllabus without understanding humane goals. So first we must be clear about goals, then we will prepare syllabus. Now what has happened? We have not understood human being, we have not understood basic aspiration of human being. We have not understood our expansion till nature, and we are preparing syllabus. And now these syllabus are contradictory to our basic aspiration. And that is leading to disharmony in society. So as an individual, what would be my goal? To ensure continuity of happiness at the level of consciousness. As a human being, what would be my goal? To ensure continuity in my consciousness, continuity of happiness in my consciousness, and health in the body, and participation in family and society. What would be my goal as a member of family? To ensure justice, to live with mentality of ensuring justice from family to world family. What would be my goal as a society? These are my goals. Right? So individual level goal, family level goal, then society level goal. So these are my goals. If we want to live a fulfilling life for myself and for others, generations to generations. So we are not talking about one generation, two generation. We are talking about generations. Yeah, right? We are talking about human traditions. Our traditions where in each generation, for each generation, there is a conducive environment for living a fulfilling life. So we are designing this course, keeping those things in mind. Not for 10 years, next 10 years, not for 20 years, not for 100 years. We are visualizing a humane society for next generations. So is this okay or not? These goals are okay for you or not? Okay. If these goals are okay, then we can check what dimensions are required. How many dimensions are required to achieve these human goals? So we are proposing 8 dimensions to achieve that human goal. If you want to add more dimensions, then we can discuss. If you want to delete few dimensions, we can also discuss. For example, dimension of education. It is important or not? Dimension of health, important or not? Yes. And it is interesting, people having good qualification, B.Tech, M.Tech, PhD, doctorate, double doctorate, they are not able to ensure their health also. After so much of education. Dimension of justice is required or not for human society? Dimension of protection with service. Service means seva. So protection with service, with feeling of relationship.
For example.
Example. Many example you can see. For example, you are producing rice. Now whatever you have produced more than your requirement, you will store it. And when I am storing it, I will store it with the feeling of service. That whenever a needy people will come, I will serve or I will offer those protection. And you can see many traditional ways. For example, this pyau. Do you know pyau? What would you say, bhaiya?
Water.
People offer waters in a pot, they keep in many places so that anyone who is thirsty can take. So, yeah?
We say tanneer pandal.
Okay.
Because wherever places are there, they will keep pot and things.
Yes. So this is a service. This is a service. So if service is not there, seva is not there, then many people would be striving for this basic kind of things. But with the feeling of service, with this kind of dimension, many people can sleep with full of stomach, with fulfilling their basic need. Similarly, like this langar. Do you know langar? है ना, लंगर. हाँ. We offer many people in temple, है ना. In temple we invite many people, है ना, offer prasadam, etc.
Nowadays,
We offer them food.
people also they are offering food.
Huh?
Pilgrimage people who are going for pilgrimage.
Right.
On the day of walking,
Right. So, if this kind of dimension is available in the society, है ना, if this kind of dimension is available in the society, people would not be sleeping hunger. है ना? In today's modern society, these kind of dimensions is eliminated. So everyone is now dependent on money. है ना? You see, if you see the purpose of this dimension of service, so people like saint, visionary peoples, those who are not involved in any production, but they are distributing knowledge, how will they survive? They survived in early days because of this dimension. So whenever there is a saint in our house, we offer something to food, clothes, whatever I have. So this is a dimension, and this dimension helped those people who were involved in distributing knowledge. Right. In fact, in our earlier systems, education was in this dimension. So people did not take any money. People gave education with the feeling of relationship, and parents take care of all these things, physical facility. But now everything has now become economic centric because of this elimination of this dimension. Right. So it is very important dimension to run the society. Similarly, exchange and distribution. So whatever I have produced, I am exchanging it, I am distributing it. But if my education is materialistic, can I distribute without money? No. But if my education sanskar is right, then I will distribute with the feeling of relationship. People are not storing with the feeling of relationship. For example, this onion, potato, whenever there is a much production, they store it in cold storage and they wait for the crisis. When there is a crisis, they double, triple the money. It is happening because of the lack of relationship. So if this kind of dimension is not there, then society, there will be disharmony in society. People will be fighting with each other. Right. Similarly, dimension of right utilization. So people are producing, people are accumulating, but they are not able to right utilize it. So if we are not rightly utilizing the thing, then it will create fear in the society. It will disturb coexistence with nature. So right utilization is very important. Similarly, preservation. Similarly, systems, we will discuss one by one. So all these dimensions are proposed to achieve this humane society, achieve these human goals, to ensure a humane society. So for ensuring humane society, we are proposing these goals, and to achieve these goals, we are proposing 8-dimensional system. Right? So we will discuss one by one all 8 dimensions. And we will discuss and we will work together to evolve indicators, to evolve policies, to evolve guidelines that we will prepare in the second half. For example, indicators of education. What would be the indicators of education? So that we will prepare together. How I will assess that now education is getting successful. Education is successful. How will I assess? So we will prepare indicators. We will prepare guidelines. Can only getting job be an indicator of education? No. So we will prepare the indicators that we will do in second half, right? Okay. So let's discuss one by one. So we are starting with dimension of education, right? So if you see dimension of education is very important because this dimension create perspective towards the world. This dimension of education create perspective. So whatever education child is getting from class 1 to BTech, MTech, his perspective is getting stronger. And if we are delivering only materialistic perspective, then his perspective will reflect from here to here. That's why this dimension of education is interconnected with all the dimension. A person who doesn't have right education sanskar, he cannot ensure health, he cannot ensure justice. He will produce only to make profit maximization. He will distribute only keeping economy at the center. He cannot right utilize if his perspective is not correct. He will not preserve the things, and he can misutilize the system. He can misutilize his post. So this dimension of education is interconnected with all the dimensions. So that's why if you see UHV focus, UHV 1, 2, 3, they are much focused on education sanskar. Because my education sanskar is not right, then I cannot ensure all these other dimensions. So that's why we much focused on right understanding, relationship, physical facility, role of education sanskar, human consciousness, animal consciousness. So UHV 1, 2, 3 is based on the education sanskar. What kind of education sanskar is required to realize our natural acceptance. So UHV 1, 2, 3 is helping you to see your natural acceptance. Because if my perspective is wrong, if my perspective is not holistic, then I will fail in some of these dimensions. And it will create disharmony in society. Right? It will create disharmony in society. So that's why much focus is in dimension of education. So let's discuss this dimension of education. So it is written what I said just, the wisdom attained through education profoundly impacts all other dimensions of human existence. Right? Okay, so this is a brief description that I have already told you. Okay. So for this 8-dimension system, what would be the structure of society? What kind of social structure would facilitate all these dimensions? So one is human goal, second is dimensions. Now third is social structures. What kind of social structures are required to fulfill the human goals? So let's have a brief review of structure, then we will come to